My name is Matthew Gaddy, and I am a true productivity coach, which means I teach my clients how to manage their action, their attention, and their energy to get the right things done. And it, once again, is Mythbuster Monday. And the myth we're going to attack today is 3 myths about getting easy stuff done first. A lot of times we come in and we look at this big mountain of tasks that we have to do, and we say, all right, I'm going to do the easy thing first. I'm going to show you 3 myths about that and why you shouldn't do that, and also 1 possible. So we're going to have 3 myths and a possible about getting the easy thing done first. Myth number 1 is that it helps me to get started. You look at all your tasks and you say, hey, I'm just going to do the easy thing first, help me get started, get momentum going, and go throughout the day. Well, the problem with that is that you're actually wasting resources. Your willpower is like a tank. And throughout the day, as you make decisions over and over and over again, this level of willpower lowers. So it's best for us to use, to devote our highest willpower right when we first start the day to our biggest task, because as we move throughout the day, the willpower that we have to get that hard task done diminishes. So that doesn't mean you won't do that hard task. It means that it'll be harder to do the hard task later in the day than it is to do at the beginning of the day. Myth number 2 is that it helps me build up to big tasks. So what this is saying is you're basically going to scale into a bigger task. You're going to progressively do easy, medium, hard throughout the day until you get to your hardest task. But when you do this, you're not utilizing your focus on the biggest task. So the thing is that usually the most adverse task, and adverse just means the one that you don't want to do the most, is the one that will be most beneficial to you. So when you are going through and you're doing the easy, pleasurable, most attractive task, you're wasting your focus, you're wasting your attention, you're wasting your productivity on things that won't benefit you in the long run. Typically, an easy way to figure out which one of these will be the biggest difference maker and what I have to do is which one do you want to do the least. Do the one you want to do the least first, because generally, I can't say all the time, but generally the one you want to do the least will have the most impact to you. And I missed the button. Is that the hard task will still be there when I get to it. And that's very, very true. If you don't do a task, usually it'll stay there. The issue with that is that tasks rarely get easier with time, unless you're taking time to learn and analyze that problem to figure out a simpler way to do it and optimize that. If you're just letting a problem sit, you're giving it more time to get more complicated. Things tend to descend into chaos. So when you give yourself more time between you getting a project and you completing a project, you create space for bad things to happen. So the sooner you can knock out big tasks, the less time you give it to devolve, less time you have for you to forget what was actually going on, the less time there is for you to lose familiarity on what the problem is. Take time and take the initiative to get it done then, because that's more than likely, unless you're, like I said before, unless you're going through and you're analyzing a problem to figure out a better way to doing it as soon as you get it will be the best state that you can be in to do it because it's fresh. I'm sure I'm going to get this question, hey, I have a hard task that I need to do, but I don't want to do it early in the morning. I have it scheduled during my BPT time during later in the day. Should I do it during my BPT time, in my biological prime time, or should I do it in the morning? My question is to answer you with some more questions, because Jesus is a great role model. He does that all the time. So my questions are, do you have to displace other activities to do the scheduled task now? So are you neglecting other things to do that task that you have scheduled throughout the day to do it now? Are you displacing things? Do you honestly trust yourself to do it? You have to be self-aware to do this. If you know that you have this task scheduled at some other time, but you also know that I'm really not going to be focused on it because my BPT is right before I leave work, am I really going to be able to devote my full time, my attention, my focus to completing this task? And will I have adequate willpower at that time to actually do it? So are you going to do it? Are you going to have the willpower to do it? And will you have to displace other things in order to do this right now? And those are questions you need to ask yourself. I can't answer those for you, but those are the things you need to consider when you are saying, I'm going to move a task from when I'm going to be in my best state to doing it right now in the morning. Things to think about, things to analyze, be self-aware about yourself, be honest with yourself, and make sure that you are answering your own questions truthfully.